third grade. Today we're going to be making our Wish You Were Here postcard out of a collage paper. We all have our plan of a drawing. I think we either did one or two plans. This is my plan for Germany with a castle. I have two ground lines. One ground line is the trees. Another ground line is the mountains and the castle. So everything above that is the sky. So I'm going to show you how to build this simply into a collage. I want to start with my main color. My main color is green or blue because that's like a big part of what's in the background. You want to start with big shapes. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to cut out my skyline and I'm just going to make it look like what the background of those hills would look like. I'm not worried about the castle right now. I'm worried about just filling in the background. I'm going to get my glue stick out. I like to wind it up so there's about the width of a penny. Don't be winded all the way up. That's wasteful. Just about the width of a penny. But be sure to put enough glue on. If you just put a little bit of glue, it's not going to really stick. So I like to tell students, use enough. Enough, but not too much. Okay? You'll know if you've used too much and you'll know if you haven't used enough. So if you haven't used enough, just add some. And if you accidentally use too much, just use a little bit less next time. For my next thing I want to build, for my big shapes, so I've just put on my blue here. I think I want to do this background of the mountain and the land. So, ow! Oh, I just hit my elbow. Ouch. Okay, I'm going to make a little pink mountain. I like how when you look out, sometimes mountains look pink when the sunlight is on them. I'm going to put that mountain right here. Need a little more glue. Good. And I wanted that flat part to be over there. Perfect. And let me see if I have brown. I have a bucket of scrap paper. You might start keeping a bucket just like this at your house. As we do collages, as the year goes along, I love to have some scrap paper to use. I don't have brown, so I'm going to use this gray color to make the rest of that. And just kind of looks like this. It's just another piece of the land. I'm going to glue it on and then trim that off with scissors. A little trick. So I'm going to put glue down and then I can give it a quick trim. It's a little, this is pretty fun. I love doing that. It feels like giving something a haircut. All right. And then I'm going to build next my clouds. For my clouds, because my castle is white and the clouds are white, I need to change the color of one of those so it doesn't all blend together. So I think what I'm going to do is, I don't have a really light blue for the cloud color. I'm going to color it and then leave my castle white. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper that's white and what you can do is actually peel the crayon. So since I didn't have a piece of light blue paper at home, I just made my own light blue piece of paper. And I'm going to cut out some fluffy clouds for the background. And those are going to overlap. I'm going to glue those down. Maybe like this. Looks nice. Take any color of paper that you need. Then next I'm going to build, so I have made my sky, my clouds, this piece of land, and now I'm going to make my castle using simple shapes. I actually need a light gray for the roof that I don't have this color of paper, so I'm going to make a piece of light gray paper on the back of this that I just made. So I'm just going to take a gray crayon, and you could also just use a black as well. and make some gray paper. I'm going to use squares and rectangles. So this kind of a shape. And then it has these towers that are this. One of the towers. Another tower the same height. And there's a little tower up at the back, and another tall tower on the end. So I think I'll cut out roof now. Just glue that on. If I glue the roof on now before I put on the whole building, it gives me a chance to even that up. It's looking good. And another piece of roof that I'm going to glue on here. My castle. Good. All right. I remember there's a tower between. So that's where this will go. If you have a little piece of paper, instead of gluing it on top of something, you can just run it across with your hand. Little trick. There's that tower. There's this piece. And this little piece here. And it's looking great. And then for my, so there's my castle. I might add some little black windows soon. Right now though, I'm going to focus on some trees. And then one detail I did want to add, because this is a postcard from a place we're visiting, and on postcards they have the flag a lot, is my flag. I had Googled this, so I know what it looks like. I'm just going to start off by cutting all three colors together into a rectangle. This way I'll be sure that I have the right amount of paper for my flag. Okay, so I easily and quickly cut out all three colors. And then I'm noticing black is at the top, red is in the middle, and yellow is at the bottom. So I think what I'll do is leave red as the main one and cut a third of the paper for the other two colors. I'll glue down the red first, and then yellow goes at the bottom. And then I know that black goes at the top. So now I have my German flag. You probably have a flag from another country. And then my last detail that I'll add is kind of a fun one. If I had a hole punch, I might do that, but I don't have a hole, so I'm just gonna cut. This is really fun. This reminds me of my childhood. But what we'll do is just cut these strips of paper. This is like doing something quickly. And I'll make a little pile up here of all these little windows. And this is just gonna be a really nice small detail. Notice that I'm doing the smallest thing last. Okay, big blue and green first, medium-sized thing second, and finally I'm gonna add some windows on my castle. I'm just gonna put down a big blob of glue and then put down some windows. Then I notice that it's too tall. So I'm gonna just run that along my glue stick. Put it down. That extra little piece that I got can outline the top of the tower. So nice. And run this along here again. Just holding it down and pulling it through to give my tower a little sizzle. And I will break that piece off. And then for my last tower, I'll do it one more time. My hands are getting sticky. That means we're doing art and we're having fun. Ugh, I broke it. Okay. Put this one here. And you can kind of even bend it around to give it a little accent there. Maybe that one wanted to go there, it just jumped out of my hand. I have this little piece. And I might add more windows and some more of these lines. I might add dark green accents on top, back on top of my trees. Other than that, my collage is done. And now I can work on the rest of this. So